What's shaking YouTube? It's the Angel of Authenticity here, live from atop the motorcycle shop. Being a masterpiece. When our Creator made us, and others of us made art, and our art, status, prestige, had many before us, but none were as good as us. We were good. We are His children. But like some of us are Pablo Picassos. I've been talking about this a lot. And others are Norman Rockwells, and others are engineers maybe that design fancy blueprints. Much made for money. Hello, Conrad. Well, no, darling. We're not going to backed by sponsors and patrons. Well, it'll only be $5,698.
You darling, you've got to move out of my way. I'm late. Oh, darling, if you were as important as I was.
And so all the way up to the very end until them weeds are bundled up into a little bundle and tied together for the fire. God's art, if you will, that he must have made in the trenches. The whole time, though, it looked like the whole time it seems like they're getting away being wheat. I would kind of feel like the sorrow that the wheat must have went through. And the wheat the whole time is very humbled, because it's getting the same treatment. It's surrounded by weeds, The passerbys are like, oh, look at that wheat, man, hanging out with a bad crowd there. Hey, come on, dude. They're preparing that table right in front of the enemies because they go to the lake of fire and the good wheat gets sold. The wheat sit there and take from you the whole time because they were planted there in sabotage. We don't want to uproot the good seed. We'll let them grow together, and at harvest, we will bundle the weeds up, tie them together, and they will be for the fire. And the good seed, the wheat, will be moved to the barn. The whole time, that weed feels like he's pulling it off, like, hey, man, they think I'm a wheat, check it out. He's never going to get that close to being anything cool at all, ever. So,
The weeds are like, yeah, man, you see that table? It's going to be great. We'll get all the heathens down here,
It gets sorted. One goes to the bundled up lake of fire. Up to that moment right there, which comes out of nowhere for the weeds, no doubt, it would appear that they were one and the same, the good seed and the bad seed. And it's not to the harvest that they're to be separated and judged. They believe we're weak guys. That's the farmhands know what to do. They know to let the weeds grow amongst the wheat that were planted maliciously to ruin the good seed. Sitting there amongst all the weeds, never knowing its worth because it had the same care and it didn't have any special privileges. There was nothing that set it apart besides what it was. But for a long time, the weed and the wheat are sitting there together, side by side, looking like they're the same. Because you've been trapped in there with a bunch of weeds that were taking all your sunlight and taking all your nutrients and things, and nothing was done about it. You just sit there, and all you had to do was be wheat and grow and be good. And it just looks janky for the wheat, And then the wheat goes to the barn. The wheat don't even know it's wheat. They think it's like half a weed. They don't even know that they're special or more valuable. The whole time, though, it looked like the whole time it seems like they're getting away being wheat. When that wheat finally got to the barn and it realized, it was special and it was wheat and it was good seed. More valuable or what they have to bring to the table because there's been some weeds sitting there taking them from them the whole time.
Like, oh, yes. I've been wheat for a little while now, and it's not a bad investment,
Field full of weeds, pretty much. Maybe a few other scraggler things in there, but the weeds are they're overbearing. Jesus had to water the weeds just like the wheat. Good seed is good seed, and it's far and few between. And that's all the weed had to do too, is just be itself. And it was easy to sort then at the harvest time because the weeds were overbearing and they were like I said, hogging all the resources. And it goes to the barn. They don't. No hope for anything anymore. Is a judgment being passed on the wheat. It's obvious that it's good seed.